Hey, I'm back. I'm back, restored awesome warriors. This is the Raw podcast. I'm Jackie H, your host. Glad to be back with you just one more time, just to express me, just to talk to you, and hopefully I could share something that I learned out of my life, and hopefully that it will help someone or just freeing me. And the topic that I had today, just thinking about when you get understanding. My dad used to say this all the time: out of all you get an understanding. And sometimes uh, hurt, pain, a lot of things can transpire when you don't have the understanding of it, when you don't have knowledge. You just go about doing things and um, cause a lot of problems when you don't have understanding of why. I remember me and my brother, we used to do security at a pharmaceutical company, and we had to do rounds, patrol, you know, and there was a reason why they set up the patrol route. Well, most of us, we were just trying to get the round over, patrol over, so we can get back to our seats and do what we was doing. Most of them, the guys that I was working with, they was in college, uh, so they brought all their books, they brought everything with them. They came to work to study, but that company was concerned by having us there to protect their goods. So we would find ways to shorten the patrol just to get to that strip that we had to. We had a clock that we had to check that say that we've been to that certain area, right? But they put it in a way that they'll know you walked it because it was certain important goods that was $1 million of their drugs and things that they were trying to protect. Case maybe sometimes the water, the sprinklers would go off for no reason. Well, if we walked that route, we would see if it was water there. We could see if someone broke in, anything. But we found a way to do this round without, because it was long walking. Some of it was 45 minutes an hour. Well, that's what you went there to work. But like I said, everybody had their agenda on top of somebody's agenda. So we found ways if you can cut across this aisle and go up this back step and just hit that key that was up here and do it was all kinds of stuff. So a lot of stuff that we were supposed to be protecting was missed because we didn't even go past it. We knew how to get to that spot without going past it. Out of all you get to understand. So I come to learn later, we were supposed to be watching that medicine. We were supposed to be watching to make sure nothing happened. But we skipped steps. I joined the military. I was trying to get away from home because I felt like nobody understood me. I was going through issues. And I tried to talk and tell what my issue was, and they told me I didn't have one. Just pray and ask God. Okay. So I couldn't get the satisfaction that I needed. So I'm going to go in the military. Now, mind you, the armed forces is for protecting the nation, protecting others. It wasn't for you to get away. Get an understanding. So half of the stuff that they was telling me to do, I I didn't even understand like why I'm here to get a break. Like I don't do security. I don't think you want me to go to war. Scary as I am, like that, like you telling me. So my first duty station, there was airplanes. These was the fighters, the planes that go out to and deliver the goods to the carriers, the ships that was out in. So this is what I was protecting. Like when we have duty, we have to walk around and make sure nobody is trying to sabotage the plane, steal the plane, do anything to hurt. And I'm like, I came in the military to get help. That I wasn't supposed. I'm not out here watching these planes. Like if somebody would walked up on me, I probably would just told them, go ahead. Look, all jokes aside, I'm serious though, because I don't think you wanted me in that spot to be protecting something, and somebody come up on me with a assault weapon, and I'm supposed to say I'm defending. Yeah, it's another whole story. Get an understanding. That wasn't what that was for. We went to Iceland. I'm stationed in Iceland. I went over in Iceland in July. Back here in the States, most of us is in the summertime. It's hot. July's a hot month. August a hot month. Well, I went over in July in Iceland. It was 15 below zero. Okay. Okay. I'm in the military now because I'm going to get help. I'm going to get away from things, and this is what I'm dealing with. So in Iceland, there's no trees, there's no grass. It's cold. It's cold all year round. Half the 6 months is light. Half of 6 months is all dark. This is what I signed up for, but not with a, not engaged in. This is what this is. The military is for preparation for war, preparation to protect. Okay, it's not for you to come and do your problems, Jackie. I'm just being honest. I'm talking tonight. I'm talking because sharing your testimony, sharing your stories, sharing things that you've been through. You never know what one going through. But running away, running from one issue and going into another issue doesn't solve the problem. It might look like that was the best thing that I could have done, but it wasn't for me because it gave me more problems. Because first of all, I was in the Navy. I can't swim. I almost drowned in my childhood playing around in the pool. So that shouldn't have been, even if I was going to go in the military, it should have been something else, not the Navy, because it's surrounded by water, right? Okay. So we're going to get an understanding on some things today. I'm just talking. Um, special teams. Special teams. Football, they have special teams. The police, they got a special team, the SWAT. Uh, there's a lot of businesses and stuff. They have a special team to go in for that. You have to know why you need the special team. So, for instance, some of you know football. They have a special teams that when they want to sack the quarterback, they got guys come in there to take your head off. They practice. They go for it. They know how to get you down. They know how to do what they come in to do. Now the rest of the game, you just playing regularly. You on defense, offense. You do. But when you want to send that special group of men that's gonna get that, that's all they focus is on. They ain't focused on nothing else. They don't get in none of the game probably. They don't play the whole 4 quarters, but they are called upon when they're needed. There's police activity that goes on daily, every day. But then there's some situations and some things come up that you need a SWAT team where somebody done barricaded themselves in a house or done did something that's above and beyond. These people train for those things. I even remember a guy talking to me. He said, Jackie, you can't just talk to a hostage, someone who's holding a hostage any kind of way. They go to training to know how to de-escalate, how to talk to these people to get them to give up, to surrender. You can't go in there and being mad at me. I don't know why you're holding us for. Sometimes your mouth can get you unalive. So when you're not skilled for this, they tell you don't say nothing. Let somebody wait for someone who's been trained to do this. There's times in the home health field, home care, I learned a lot of how to talk to different types of patients. You have someone who's going through um, the domestic violence. There's a certain way you talk to them because most of the time they're scared. They done been through something and they're not going to tell. They're not going to talk. They can want to get out of a situation, but they're scared. You can't go in and say, why don't you just leave them? Why don't you just get up? I don't know why you're still there. Not the way. Out of all you get an understanding of how to do. Sometimes you need to have wisdom. You need to know when to speak, when not to speak, what to say, what not to say. And sometimes we just go because it seems like a good idea. I'm just going to say what I feel. Oh, no, 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 no. I've learned in my life, get knowledge, study up on something. It's, it's important. If you're trying to do rescue, are you going to make the situation worse? You trying to deliver somebody, are you going to make the situation worse? Are you trying to be help to someone? Are you going to make the situation worse? Take a little time and get some understanding out of everything you do. Ask. Ask God. Read some books. Ask someone who's been through it before. I remember I did home health care for a while after I started taking care of my dad and my mom. So I got it, start doing that a little bit, part time, wanted to do home health care. It seemed like it was okay, something I like to do. I love helping people. But just because you have a desire to help does not mean you know what to do. That feeling emotional of want to care for people, it's not a bad idea. But are you qualified? Are you equipped to do it? So one of the days, my boss asked me, could I go and cover this shift for 4 hours because the girl gonna be late. She never told me what the client issue was or nothing. Of course, I'm making my little money on the side. It's overtime. That's all I seen, and I have a heart for people. And so, yes, I'll go. Wasn't doing nothing. Overtime for me. I got there, y'all. The lady had Alzheimer's. I have never in my life wanted to leave a job after being there for 30 minutes. It was not because I didn't care. It was not that I didn't feel. I wasn't equipped for that. She talked. She started the lead telling me she was going to her job and she's hungry. I haven't fed her in 5 hours. Now, mind you, I just got there. This was all she never told me the lady was suffering from dementia. Okay. So just because I'm a home health care aide didn't mean I knew that. Out of all that I get some power, get some understanding for this because that nearly made me quit doing it. Period. And you don't have to give up and change and do something else different. Just get an understanding of what you're doing, why you're doing it, right? And even out of all the knowledge you get, sometimes on the job training is totally different from theory, from book knowledge. So there's a lot of people who study a lot of things, but you never had to really do the job. And I thank God for a lot of jobs that I had was on the job training that you can see the real deal. Because reading it and then going to the actual putting your body in that place, totally different. I was raised up in North Philly. I'm just talking to you. I'm just saying sometimes you have to understand what you're dealing with to even help. I was raised in North Philly, and I'm saying this for a reason. Even the street or where I was, the area that I was raised in, there was a lot of drugs and alcoholism. So I didn't have it in my home. Like my parents didn't drink or do that, but we were surrounded. I was surrounded, but because I didn't actually have one-on-one or dealt with the issues, I still didn't know. So just because I was raised in that part of an area, I still didn't know the workings of it, right? Until my brother started using, right? Thank God today, God has saved him and he's drug free, and I'm happy for him. And he knows that. But I was a recipient of his sickness. He would come down on my job at night, and everybody who knew me know Jackie loved children. Okay, so if you wanted to get me to move and do anything, just tell me a story about a child. I'm just being honest. That's who I was back then. I didn't care. You needed money to get Pampers, you got it. You needed me to babysit because you got it. If it was to protect that child, that's what I did. And not knowing that he was strung out or was on drugs, he would tell me the kids need milk. He had to crawl over the back fence to get to it. He had a whole story. Only thing he needed was the money, but he told the whole story. So I didn't know that what comes with that, they lie, they manipulate. It was so much tied into the disease. Only thing I knew, he told me about the children. Get an understanding, get some knowledge. And then you have to use wisdom. I wasn't going to hurt him because after I found out that he was, I participated in his recovery. You don't have to throw away. You just need to get some knowledge. Knowledge is power. So I went to rehab with him so I could learn about the disease. I didn't know. I found I had a lot of people that I was around that was on drugs. I didn't know because I didn't know the symptoms. I didn't know what it entailed. So that's what I found out in a lot of things. It can be from your supervisor on the job. It can be from your parents. It can be from your leaders at church. It can be from you calling yourself a leader. When you don't have an understanding or knowledge of what you're doing, you lead people or you do things wrong and you cause more harm. You might want to do it. You might don't mind helping people. You might not mind doing the job. You ever had somebody paint your wall? They tell you they're a painter. Only thing they wanted was the money. You trying to figure out while paint is all over the floor and okay, they just want to do what they do. There's some people take on jobs for different reasons. Like I said, I went into the military to get away. I wasn't going there to fight nobody. Check what? Okay. So the point of this conversation that I'm having and just sharing, make sure you equip. Make sure you have an understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. Make sure if someone come to you with things that maybe seem a little off, maybe you second guessing it. It don't have to be that that you're wrong. Sometimes it's okay. Get an understanding of why they ask you to do what they do. I wish I would have known sometimes for a lot of things I did. I should have just asked, you just got baby milk from me last night. They drunk a ball of that? A whole can of Similac? It didn't dawn on me. He told me about the kids. I didn't think of how much milk did they drink. You back here the next night? You back here the next 4 hours? When I say I was clueless, it went over my head. So sometimes you got to stop and think about something. And if something don't sit right sometime, it doesn't mean that you're off. It doesn't mean that you don't want to do. It doesn't mean that you always second guessing something. Sometimes God give you that, whatever that is. It's like, okay, let me just check this out. So I'm learning today, even in the Word of God, even in I heard a lot of stuff coming up that was used, and I could talk about it today with freedom. My dad used to say, if you offended one, you guilty of all. I thought he was just saying something to me, just hear something else you got to say. All right, I ain't offended, I ain't do all that. I just did this, but now I have understanding what it means. You was go ahead and do all of it. If you did that, if you did, that's what he was saying. But at that time, I was like, I'm only doing this. Why are you talking about 99 other things? He would always quote the scripture to me, and I was like, okay, all right. I'm just a teenager. I'm just trying to have fun, bro. But get an understanding. It might sound funny, but as I grow older and trying to reach back to help others, I see me. I see who I was. If you can explain to who you're trying to help, why. This is why I'm telling you this. It's for your good. I used to talk to the young girls coming up, and I, I know we wasn't saved because I'm coming from a Christian point of view. In church, they preached to us about doing things, and all this thing was wrong. But we ain't had no saving power. Hello? I know I testified, but I testified I copied. I knew how to copy what my mother said. Giving out to God, the pastor, Elder Sam, I could call all their names and thank God for being here and thank God for life, health, and strength. Thank God for the Holy Ghost. And I copied everything she said or whoever said. I wasn't filled and I ain't had no keeping power, okay? So what I learned from that was tell the young people about saving themselves until they can get up to the point that we was filled and have some keeping power. At that time, they sent us to hell so much because we was doing wrong. I wasn't trying to do wrong just to be because I didn't care. I didn't have nothing to keep me. If I would have had an understanding that going out here giving your body to everybody, it tears you down or whatever that was. If you would have just said that instead of just sending me to hell about everything, maybe there would have been some things that could have been saved, or maybe I wouldn't have done it. So give somebody some understanding on why. The why is important. I know you probably say, just do what I say. That was one of the part of the military training we had was follow, be obedient, you save lives. Like we had a girl in our company would always ask, "Why are we doing this? Why we got to do that? That's stupid. That was her whole word all the time. Anything she wanted to do was stupid, and why are we doing it?" So the captain set us down one day. She didn't have to, but she gave us an understanding. You might not always know the situation you're going in, she said. And the only thing you got to do is follow leadership. Follow who's in front of you. Now, it doesn't mean that the one up in front of you know what they was doing, because half of the time, people up front wasn't paying attention either, goofing off. But this who you have to follow. So if you get in trouble, they're gonna get it because you followed them. But if you off doing your own thing, I ain't following this, and I don't know why we're doing it anyway. Then you get in trouble. You get in trouble for your own self. So sometimes the explanation, I'm big on tell me why. Tell me why. I came up in that era where they say, just do what I say. Don't worry about it. Okay, that's what we had to go through. But what I'm saying today is, I don't mind telling people why. You get a better worker, you can get people to understand more and be happy to do the very thing that they didn't like to do. They'd be okay with doing it. All because you gave them an explanation. Get an understanding. He told us that all the time. I never really thought about what he said until I got older. Out of all you get, understand and help someone else to understand. So these are little things that I come up with that I noticed was in my life that I turn it around now and try to tell it. I tell it because I would like for you to see yourself in it. Some young people is angry today. Some older people are angry today. Some senior citizens are angry today because they didn't get an understanding of why they do what they do. But if you tell someone, we have a faulty fire alarm in a building, and it goes on so much now that we don't even respond to it. But I learned at least go check it out, because it might be that time that is real. When you understand how fast fire moves, when you understand how people get trapped because they don't move, you don't want to get into that habit of, oh, that's just a fire or whatever that is. If you got the reason why something needs to be done, that should be the main focus. Not because it's faulty, not because this one ain't doing, not because, what's your understanding on why you're doing what you're doing? So I go to church now. I do things totally different. I'm the same person. I ain't changed. But now I have an understanding. I thank God for the change. I thank God for not giving up on me because I didn't understand and just threw me to the wolves. It'll come full circle. So if you got someone in your life that you don't understand why they going the route they going, or maybe seem like they're not changing enough for you, stick it out with them. Have grace, because somebody had it with us. I'm pretty sure my mother and father probably thought they would never see this day, but they didn't give up on us. They didn't say, when you get 18, you're getting out and I won't have nothing else to do with you. Oh no. And all that stuff that I did coming up and being disobedient half of the time, they didn't give up on me. I still walked back in my mother's house at 33. I still came back at 44 years old. And they took care of all of my siblings and half of the grandkids. They never gave up on us. So, peace and blessings. When you get an understanding, you do better. And along with understanding, ask for wisdom of how to do it. Once you get an understanding of it, then get the how. How is I'm going to go about what I understand? Because everything that comes to our heads or everything we think is good is always not the best thing to do. It can be a good idea, but is it the right thing to do? Or how would I do this? Right? So yeah, that was a good idea that you had. But are we going to execute this right now, or how are we going to do it? It pays to have a understanding along with wisdom. I'm Jackie H. This is Raw. Thank you for stopping by. Hope that I said something that be encouraging, that will help you along the way. Like somebody helped me, I'm extended back. God is good. Until next week, I'll see you. Peace.